Last December, I had a choice to make. So because of a friend and a certain English teacher's moving speech, I decided to submit something to Writers Week. I used to dislike Writers Week. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing idea. People sharing stories and opinions they wouldn't otherwise share, but for some reason unknown at the time, freshman year, I didn't like it. And sophomore year, I promised myself I would never do Writers Week. And then I ended up doing it this year. And it wasn't until after I did my piece when I realized why I used to be so uncomfortable with it. Like every other kid, I had a dream. Some kids want to be astronauts, princesses, superstars, and singers. And my dream was to be a writer. A best-selling author like J.K. Rowling or that lady who wrote all those Treehouse books. I wrote all the time. My ideas usually stemming from my influences. Music, musicals, life experiences, and of course, those Treehouse books. Writing was my favorite subject at school. It was my passion. And it just grew and grew and grew until I thought that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. But then this one time I had to write up a short story for our class project, and a parent volunteer had to type it up, and she had summarized my 4-page story into half a page. I was devastated. To me at the time, it looked like my story wasn't good enough the way it was, so it had to be cut down. I stopped writing, at least in my free time. Every writing assignment from there on out just became a burden, and it didn't help that they were research papers and in-class essays. It was horrible. Something I used to love so much, now just felt like work. It's like telling that astronaut kid that NASA doesn't send humans into space anymore, or telling that girl aspiring to be a singer that she isn't talented enough to do it. And there comes a certain age when kids are told that dreams are no longer valid and they better be looking for some determined path in life or they'll just be another failure in the world. Like the average kid, I stopped when I thought people were telling me to stop dreaming. So, at Writers Week, after I finished my piece and started listening to all the other speakers, I realized that I had envied the speakers who still had that big dream of being a writer, and they reminded me of what I could have been if I hadn't given up so quickly. It wasn't the normal fear of performing, it was what they were performing. They were able to go up there and speak and not care who was listening, if anyone was at all. They were not afraid to be criticized because they were used to it, and because they were confident in their ability. Those people are some of the bravest, and that's more what I can ever be. But at the same time, I also realized that it's okay to lose dreams. Dreams shape us. They make up a part of our identity, and it's totally unfair if you only had one dream to create yourself around. People will try to destroy your dream because it's not worth the time, the money, the effort, and you'll choose whether it's worth all of that. People will try to destroy your dream, but you'll decide whether it's worth all of that. I mourn over my lost dream of being a writer, but it's not enough to go back to it because it's no longer who I fully am. There's this quote by Stephen Colbert that says, "If we all stayed with that first dream, we'd all be princesses and cowboys." We're supposed to lose some dreams. That's how we grow and develop and keep adding on to our identity. So, what is my dream now? I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of like I've zoomed in too much and I'm focusing on what I want to achieve. Doing well in speech, learning how to cook, even redesigning my room. And I haven't zoomed out enough to see what I'm actually working towards. I guess right now, I'm trying to live life with intention. I'm trying to find a dream that completely captures what I think my purpose is, whether it's my real purpose or not. And just because I don't have that writer dream anymore doesn't mean I don't like to write. That writer part is still in me. The need to tell stories, the imaginative part, the need to create. I have dozens of unfinished novels waiting for endings, and without Writers Week, I couldn't have tried out for this. It's kind of like a spark that's been ignited, a hum that's shifted in me. I've started to love writing again, even if it's not a dream anymore, and even if I'm a bit rusty, but I know from here on out that writing will always be an important part of me. So, a toast to the faded dreams. To the dreams that are a part of me, but no longer fully me. To the dreams that will be and be lost again. to lost dreams.